Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well let's learn English together. And we're back, wide awake and ready for another lesson. Are you all rested? Did you relax last night? Are you ready for another lesson? You are, you did, and you are? Well, that's fantastic. We're all ready, me and the crew, standing and sitting here in the studio. And you're all ready, out there, sitting down on your comfy sofas, somewhere out there in Hungarian TV land. So, let's get started. Let's start today's lesson. Okay, now, we'll start something new in a minute. But first, let's have another look at what we learned yesterday, shall we? Okay, now yesterday we learned about how we can talk about necessity, how we can tell people about obligation, things we must do, things we have to do. Now, we know that the difference between must and have to is where the obligation comes from. If I think it is necessary, I can use must. I must remember to phone my sister on her birthday, for example. The obligation comes from within me. I think it's necessary. I think it's required. If the obligation comes from outside, then normally we use have to plus infinitive. When I'm driving a car, I have to wear a seatbelt. It's the law. It's an obligation from the outside. It is possible to use must when you're talking to other people, but it's very aggressive. It's better to use have to. Have to and must are the same strength. There's no difference in strength. But have to is neutral and must can be aggressive. Imagine the situation. You're driving your car and you're not wearing your seatbelt. A policeman stops your car and tells you that you have to wear a seatbelt. It's the law. Now, in this situation, there is no aggression. The policeman is being neutral. He's a messenger, telling you that Parliament passed a law about seatbelts, and his job is to enforce the law. He has to make sure that everybody obeys the law. Now, this is fine. The policeman is delivering a message, and he used have to plus infinitive. Okay, good, fine, magic beans. Now, think about another situation. You're driving your car and you're not wearing your seatbelt. A policeman stops you and tells you that you must wear a seatbelt. Now, as soon as the policeman uses the word must, the situation changed. Now the policeman is being aggressive. The policeman is telling you that he is in charge and he is telling you to wear a seatbelt. When the policeman used have to plus infinitive, he was a messenger. His language was neutral. There was no aggression. But as soon as the policeman uses must, the situation changes. Now the situation is about authority. The policeman is not telling you something neutral. This is not neutral anymore. The policeman is saying, I am telling you to do this. I am the boss. I am in charge. I am more powerful than you. I will tell you what to do. When the policeman used have to plus infinitive, the message was, I haven't got a problem with you. But the law says that you have to wear a seatbelt or I have to punish you. This isn't personal, I'm just a messenger. Now, when the policeman uses must, he's made the situation different. Now it is personal. He's saying that he is stronger and more powerful than you. And this is very personal and challenging. The policeman is telling you that he is in charge. Now he is not neutral. Now he is showing you that he is the boss. This is aggressive. So have to and must mean the same thing. But have to is better because we can use have to with ourselves and with other people. If we use must, it's dangerous. It can be aggressive. So it's easier to use have to. Have to is neutral. If someone uses must, it sounds like a challenge. It sounds like someone is saying, I'm in charge, I'm the boss. And this is aggressive. So we can use must when we're talking about ourselves. I must remember to buy bread, for example. Here, must is not a problem because I can't be aggressive with myself. But if we use must with other people, it can cause problems. So it's easier to use have to. Have to means the same as must, but nobody will get angry. Okay, so that's have to and must. Now, let's practice. Let's have a look at the following sentences and decide which form to use. My hair is very dirty. I wash it. You wear your seatbelt when you're in the car. It's the law. Children, you put your seatbelts on right away. You do your homework. John, you can go to Mark's party on Friday, but you be back home by 11:30 p.m. Okay, so what do we think? Well, the first one is easy, isn't it? In the first sentence, I'm talking about my hair, and I can't be aggressive with myself, so I use must. My hair is very dirty. I must wash it. Okay, what about the second one? Well, this isn't an aggressive situation either. This is a neutral situation. Someone is giving us information. The law says that we are required to wear a seatbelt. There's no challenge or aggression, so we use have to. You have to wear your seatbelt. Now, what about the next one? Now, look at the way the sentence starts. Children! The person who's shouting is not happy. It's probably the kid's dad or mum, and they told the children to put their seatbelts on 5 minutes ago. And what are the children doing? They're playing in the back of the car. They're not paying attention to their parents, so their mum or dad lost their temper and started to shout. So, in this situation, the mum or dad is using must. They're giving the children two messages. Firstly, they're telling the children to put their seatbelts on. And secondly, they're telling the children, I'm in charge. I'm the boss. When I tell you to do something, you do it. Here, then, we use must. The mum or dad is being aggressive and they're angry because the kids aren't doing what they were told. Okay, great. And now, yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gods of English, blue team, it's that time again. It's time for Enid. Enid, are you there? Come on in. We're all waiting for you. Hello, people. Hello, hello. it's me, Enid Fotherington Smythe. Do you remember me? You do? Oh, goody. Anyway, today I'd like to tell you about something that happened to me just the other day. Do you remember how I told you about Keith, my pet pheasant? Yes? Goody. Well, as I explained, Keith ate something that disagreed with him, and he was very ill. So ill that I had to call the vet. Do you know what a vet is? Well, the full name is veterinary surgeon, but everyone just says vet. We do prefer the short form after all. Anyway, a vet is an animal doctor. The veterinary part of the word comes from the Latin for cow, and a surgeon is a type of doctor. A surgeon is just another way of saying a doctor with a knife. Anyway, poor Keith was feeling so ill that I called the vet and asked him to make a house call. The vet came round, looked at Keith, took his temperature. Poor Keith was very surprised when the vet took his temperature. He wasn't very happy about it at all. After the vet took Keith's temperature, and then, after another 35 minutes, while we waited for Keith to calm down, the vet asked Keith to stick his tongue out and say, "Ah!" Then the vet poked Keith in the stomach a few times. Again, Keith wasn't very happy about that and tried to peck the vet's face. That's not like Keith at all. Normally, Keith is a happy sunbeam. Anyway, I managed to calm Keith down, and the vet gave me some medicine to give to Keith, and then the vet left. I gave Keith the medicine, and he went to sleep. And this morning, he felt much better. Good. But this morning, when Keith was playing in the garden and I was eating my breakfast, I heard the letterbox. The postman delivers the mail at the same time every day. I went to the front door to see what the postman had delivered, and there it was, a bill from the vet in black and white. A bill from the vet, completely out of the blue. A bill from the vet for his house call to check up on Keith. Outrageous! I think I might have to write to my MP about my vet's behavior. A bill completely out of the blue for one small house call to see a poorly pheasant. Anyway, I'll write to my MP later on, but I wanted to highlight those phrases I used, the ones with the colours. The first one, out of the blue, means that it came as a complete surprise. It's connected to the idea that a blue sky is a clear sky. There are no clouds, nothing to indicate that anything unusual or unexpected will happen. So, if we receive some news without any warning, we say that it came out of the blue. This means that we weren't expecting it at all. It was as surprising as a storm on a sunny day when the sky was perfectly clear with no clouds. The other phrase I used was black and white. Now this means that it was written down or printed. So, with the vet's bill, I could see it there in front of me in black and white. When we say that something is there in black and white, we mean that it's written down. We can see it there in front of us, written or printed. And now I'm off. I'm going to put down in black and white how I feel about getting a vet's bill out of the blue. I'm off to write to my MP. Toodaloo, pip pip, chilly bye.
And she's off to write another letter to her MP. Poor Keith, poor vet, poor Enid, poor MP. Okay, well that's all we have time for today. I'll see you next lesson for some more English fun. Thanks for watching, and don't forget you can check out all of our lessons at www.m5tv.hu. Okay, I'm Gav Duncan, not Keith the Pheasant, and I'll see you next time. See you later. Bye.